Hello and welcome to Dryskah. This is the moon of Dryskah, and this is where we're going to be having our little campaign style Star Wars Legion games. We're going to start out with a couple of skirmish games as we go out through the year, and I'm going to end in a really big old brawl. So the idea with this is that if we have any special characters, if they fall in battle, then they're not going to be able to participate in future games. And this is why I have not picked any special characters in my list. So I'm going to go with the droids for today. So I've got a standard T-Series Commander droid. He's got improvised orders and prepared supplies because it always wants to be prepared. We've got two squads of B1s. They have an additional battle droid and also a sniper, which is represented by these two Commander droids. And then have two squads of B2s with an additional droid in each. I then have the tactical droids, the commander droids. They've got the shields, they've got up close and personal, and impact grenades. And then finally, to round off the list, I've got two droidicas with the not improvised orders, the HQ, no, not the HQ uplink. It's the one where you get the aim when you issue an order. Is that one. It's going to be up screen. I'm going to have the list on screen anyway, so you can see it over there. It'll probably come to me later on. And my opponent...
Link targeting array.
Link targeting array. That is the one. Don't know why it just escaped my mind. And then we're going to be facing, of course, against the GAR, the Galactic Republic. So we've got... I'm going to have the list up screen as well. But we've got Anakin with Into the Fray and Burst of Speed and Clairvoyant. We then got a fives guys with all of the fives, impact grenades Into the Fray. We've got clone specialist, which I guess is fives. We've then got a recon unit. Marksman unit, that's the one.
With the mortar.
With the mortar. We've got an ATRT with the flamer. And we got two Bark speeders, which are just as seen. And then what we're going to be playing today is we've got Bunker Assault and Recon Mission. And it's quite fitting as the GAR, they have heard word of this secret hidden droid facility that's on the moon of Dryskah. And they're just going to try and come in. They've heard word. They're going to investigate. We've got Anakin leading the charge. And so they're going to try and find out what exactly is going on. And it does turn out that there is a secret droid facility going on here. Shh, keep it secret. And this is the board we're going to be playing on today. So we're going to set up for the first turn, and we'll catch you in a mo. So we're determined who's going to be blue player, and I am the blue player. I've got the fortified position, so I have placed the barricades out, as you can see, just over there. We've got one, got two, got three over there, and my opponent, General Ross, has got cunning deployment. Very sneaky, very sneaky. So we're going to set up the first turn. Okay, so command cards have been drawn and we're going to flip. And we got exactly the same. So we're going to select our unit. So I'm going to go with Commander Droid. That's going to issue to him, then to him, and then not to him or him, but going to be to the Commander Droids. And then these two are going to be flipped over. And that is that. And you have picked.
I'm going to give my orders to fives. He's got coordinate. I'm just going to back it up to Mr. Anakin.
Excellent. All right then. So we're going to do the first turn. It's normally the most boring one. And then we'll see you at the end for the result. And so after we have selected, I have gone for my T-Series Commander. And then he managed to relay onto the B1s, which relayed onto the B2s. So they're all sorted. And then my other two units were the droidicas, and they get an aim token for their linked targeting array. And then we have
Anakin, fives in his guys, and the marksman, as I only have 3 units of clone troopers.
Sweet, that will do the job. So we're going to go into some battling. If there's anything of interest, we will record it. But until then, we will see you probably towards the end. So we had a bit of a turn one shooting. The
marksman with the mortar lobbed into the B2s here. 5 hits, 1 being crit, 4 normal hits. 4 for heavy cover.
And I got 4 colour on defense white dice. That never happens for me. Never happens. It's crazy. Absolutely mad. So I'm going to just quickly save this one critical hit. Saved it. Like a boss.
Absolute bossed it.
Absolutely bossed it. All right, we're going to carry on with the first movement phase. So at the end of the first turn, this is what we're looking like. So pretty much everything had moved up twice just to get into some ideal positions. The only bit of fire that we had, which is what I recorded earlier, with the marksman troopers over there firing off into the B2, just give them a little tickle, but they were suppressed by 2. That will go down to 1 in a minute. And that's pretty much it. There's a few units that also got some dodges on the go as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. For the mission, for the recon mission, I forgot to mention it earlier, but my commandos are the ones with the recon scanner. And then we have our Anakin, which is way over there, back in the corner, playing peekaboo. There's also got the scanner as well. So we're going to see how that factors in later on. So we're going to find our new cards. We're going to sort out the start of turn 2, and we'll go from there. All right, then, cards have been selected, and flip them. What the flip? We got 3, and we got 3. We got special 3. Attack of the Clones. Sweet. Right, we're going to select our units, and yes, we're going to decide who's going to be the blue player, and that is me. Fantastic. Right then, so I'm going to get the first priority. I will select the units. My opponents, General Ross, will select his units, and we'll see what we pick. And so after we have selected, I have gone for my tier series commander, and then he managed to relay onto the B1s, which relayed onto the B2s, so they're all sorted. And then my other 2 units were the Droidicas, and they get an aim token for their linked targeting array. And then we have
Anakin, 5s in his guys, and the marksman as I only have 3 units of clone troopers.
Sweet, that will do the job. So we're going to go into some battling. If there's anything of interest, we will record it. But until then, we will see you probably towards the end. Hopefully there'll be some, of course, there's going to be some interesting stuff happening along the way. So we'll see you then. We interrupt this broadcast with a special news update. Mr. Long-Legged Mac Daddy has strode over the crates and he's going to flame these poor B1s. And I've been out of the loop with flamer weapons because I haven't used them in ages. And with the new rules, it's 2 black dice per model in the unit. There's 7 there.
There is.
It's going to be 14 black dice coming in.
Hot, hopefully.
Hot, hot. Oh.
Well, luckily we've got our good old surge to hit.
That's good.
So at least that's 3 converted there. Actually, yeah, not 3 bad. Blast as well. So unfortunately, oh, that was a hit. Yeah, there's no cover saves.
No cover saves.
Just the 10.
Just 10. I'm going to need some more white dice. Could you hand me 4?
Certainly.
Thank you very much, my good sir. Alrighty. Oh, my poor B1s. Oh dear. Right.
Gulp.
Well, so 1 survives, but then dies again. That's that whole unit wiped. Absolutely flat.
Smells like burned brake discs.
Smell like burned brake discs. Yeah, it's a nasty smell. And yeah, that's their little unit token gone. Well, that was definitely worth recording. So we're going to carry on with the turn 2. Yes, turn 2. Okay, so the end of turn 2. Turn 2. We started out with the droidicas over here. They shot up into the marksman over there. A few hits went in. However, 1 was lost to cover. A few was taken by saves, and only 1 unit was lost from there. The ATRT moved up, and as we saw earlier, just came over. Mr. Long-Legged Mac Daddy flames that entire B1 unit off the board. Smell you later. They are gone, which is such a shame because over here is looking a little bit rough. Just a little bit rough. And then we had the B2s. They moved. They shot these ones over here. Moved up and shot the ATRT. 2 hits went through, but only 1 damage was successfully able to go through. And then we had a surprise visit from Anakin up on the top crates. He came over and just did a little scan, just with his little scanner, and secured a victory point for General Ross at my 2 units over here. Then we had the B2s over yonder. They moved up. They then shot again at the marks and killed another Marine? Clone?
Clone.
Yes, clone. Over
Space
there.
Marines.
No. For some reason, I was thinking of Halo. I don't know why. Fantastic game. Anyway, the bark, one of the barks, that one over there, he just triple moved over to there just to get into a prime position. And then these droidicas, they moved up. They shot. They did a bit of damage and got some suppression over there. And then the marks, they rallied, they shuffled over, and then the aim, they shot over at the B2s. They managed to take down one of them and cause quite a little bit of suppression thanks to the mortar. And then some B1s, they kind of came up, they shot over. They could only reach with the sniper way up at the marksman, but they thankfully saved the only one shot through to cover because they were outside the command range of my commander. And then General Ross passed. Then my commandos jumped up, scanned, and then got me a victory point. And then the Five Skies, they moved up. They shot against the Droidica squad over here, and they were able to knock out all the shields and cause a bit of damage as well. And then my tactical squad, oh my goodness, my commander shot over at the AT-RT and just did nothing, absolutely nothing. Shrugged all the shots, all of the 2 black shots. And then finally the Bark Speeder moved up. He managed to split fire into the Droidica, blasting out the final one. And then he shot over at the commandos, and thankfully with their shielding they managed to tank both of the shots, and that was it. So that's kind of the lay of the land as we see here at the minute. We're then going to count up how many bunkers we've captured. So I've got one over here, we've got one over there for General Ross, we've got second one for General Ross, but over here we've got 2 against 1. So that is 2 points to me, 2 points for General Ross. And at the minute, we are tied neck and neck on points. So we are then going to round up our tokens, sort out our command cards, and we'll kick off with turn 3. All right, it is card time. We're going to flip it. What the flip? We've got 2 pip, and we've got 3 pip. Oh, special Anakin one. Anakin Skywalker, plus 2 units. Gain Inspire 1 this round. Ooh, when a unit is issued an order with this card, the unit gains 1 aim token. That's spicy. That's spicy. That's nice. So, my 2 units are going to be the commanders up on the rover and the lonely Droidica over there. Purely because these squads over here, they are out of reach of my commander over here. And the main benefit with this guy is the link targeting array. I'm going to keep saying it until it's ingrained into my head because I feel silly for not remembering at the very start of the game. So, of course, General Ross has picked Schmanakin. And we're going to have, yes, the AT-RT and Five Guys. Coordinates. Oh, very nice. All right then. So that's your wound pool. What am I about? Your order pool. This is mine over here. I'm just going to give it a little shuffle. And
I've got 2. You've got how many?
I've got 5.
Start again. How many? I've got 6 units altogether. How many have you got altogether?
Oh, altogether. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7
Yes.
and 6. So there's no passes for me in the pool. That's cool.
Happy days. All right then. We are going to start off turn 3. But yeah, if anything interesting and spicy happens, we will record it for you all to watch along. Breaking news, Aim and Flame, Mr. Long-Legged Mac Daddy is back at it again. He's flaming my B2s. He managed to get 7 hits on them, and I just wanted to record me flumping my saves. I kid, I'm going to save a few. That's not too bad. So that's 2 save, there's 3 there. He has no surges to defense, so that is going to be 1B2 just melted into slag. 1 on 1 wound. And of course, a suppression. Man, that thing is a menace, and he's got armor. Well, he's got rocket fists. Rocket fists? Yes, rocket fists. The B2s. So they've got impact, so they can do a bit of damage. That commander is really got nothing to counter that long-legged Mac Daddy. But we've got some plans. So we're going to carry on. And we'll let you know if anything else interesting happens or anything with a lot of dice is going to be thrown. We will let you know.
So yeah, last activation. Fortunately didn't get the suppression off of 5, so he's got 1 action. But the squad here, I'm going to split fire. Shotgun, and the 3 guys are going to go into the decker. 5s is going to go a little bit longer into the commandos, hopefully to link some wounds off. Starting off with the decker. 5 dice going in hot. 1 aim to use in case.
Ooh.
Saying that it is Pierce 1, so I think I'm going to leave that.
That's a fair point. He's out of shields. He's only got 1 wound left. He's got surge to defend. Let's see.
But Pierce 1.
The Pierce 1 ignores one of them. And that Droidica unit is gone. Luckily, I managed to fire him off during the game of that round. So at least he's not wasted. But, oosh. Ooh, no.
And then still with the aim left, 5 is going into your commando dudes with his 3, definitely spending the aim for all 3 conversions.
All 3, right.
So yeah, you got any shields left on your commandos? I guess so, they're fresh.
I do, yes. Just having a little look at the board, so you kind of gone over there and over there as well. Yeah, I think it makes sense just to flip 2 shield tokens onto them. That gets rid of 2 of those, and we've got a lovely red defense dice, which saves. We're all good. All good, apart from, of course, a suppression onto them. Sweet. All right, so at the end of turn 3, what happened was that first of all, my commandos jumped from the top of the building over here, landed over there. Sadly, they did not they weren't able to scan 2 units. They managed to scan 5s, but couldn't quite reach the marksman at the back. So they just kind of stayed there, hunkered down, ready for next time. And then the ATRT over here, he came in, flamed off the B2s, caused 7 hits, and caused a couple of them to bite the dust and turn into molten slag. Then back over to my droidicas. I believe that they used to be over here next to the craters. Shot up into 5 skies, scored a hit, and it was saved, and it was kind of a bit of a whiff. The marksman over at the back, they dodged and fired at the B2s. They scored 4 hits. 2 of them I was able to save, but 1 turned into a wound and then gave 2 suppressions. I then, with my commando over here, I was able to pop a name token and hit a standby just because I didn't know what was going to happen down at this end of the board with all the bark speeders flying around, and Anakin was up there at the time. And then the bark speeder over here, he did a handbrake turn, moved across the way and shot into the back of the droidica that was over here and caused it to finally blow up. And he was, yeah, he had 1 shield left, spent that, and just whiffed the saves, and that was the end of him. Meanwhile, the other droidicas over here, they moved up, and they shot into these guys at the back, caused a couple of hits, knocked out another guy, and caused a lot of suppression. He's currently got 4 suppression over there, so he's a bit of a boo.
Wop wop.
And then over at General Ross, Anakin jumped from the box straight down into close combat. So that meant that my standby at the time wasn't able to be used. So there was a very, very sneaky of him. He managed to kill one of the B1s and then popped his scanner to score a victory point. Meanwhile, my B2s that were over here, this squad, they shot at the marksman, scored a couple of hits. One of them was saved through to cover and the other two were saved. But again, just kept stacking up those suppressions. Then Fives guys, they were a little bit suppressed, so they were hampered quite a little bit, but they managed to split fire
as we recorded.
As we recorded earlier. Oh no, that's when they destroyed the Dryskah.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That was it. And yeah, they were gone. Wiped out unit. Happy days for Generos. Not so much for Droid Commander 114. Meanwhile, the B1s over here, they were out of range of my commander, so all they could do was shoot up with the sniper rifle up into the marksman. They're getting a lot of punishment, but they're still around. They're still hanging on just about. They managed to, if I remember right, score a crit and a couple of hits and took one wound, and they are slowly being whittled down little bit by little bit. And then we went over to
final bark.
It was the final bark over here with Sleepy Steve. He's taking a little nap. It's been a long battle for him, long day for him. So he's just taking a little nap.
The rocket launcher's heavy as well.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
heavy on the shoulder.
It just weighs him down. He's just taking a little nap. So he managed to shoot down into the tactical droid, but when he moved over, it then triggered his standby action. He caused 3 glorious hits, so he's not looking too good. And I managed to get 2 crits back up into him, but he was able to save them at the end. And then the the B2 over here, he managed to get he managed to get, luckily, 2 surges. He wasn't able to obviously do anything with the surges, but if he got 2 blanks, it would have meant that Anakin would have deflected the shots back at him and kill him off straight away. So it could have gone worse. So I think that getting the surges was probably the better option there. Obviously hits would have been nice, but it is what it is. So we're going to round up the order tokens. But before we do, we're going to work out in terms of bunker control. So I'll get a point over here, which moves me up a little bit. Over here.
1. 5's out of range.
5 is out of range. So
Nothing.
that was contested. Over here, that is a point for you, sir. And over here in this kind of weird car park mess over here, so we got 3 against 2. So that means that goes to you. So you are currently running away with 2 points ahead of me.
Because there's a commander there.
Oh yeah.
2 wounds.
Yep. That's a good point. I need to start pushing up onto yours and try and blow them up. But that's got 1 wound left on there. I don't think I'm going to be able to take Anakin off that in time before it blows up. But you never know. Something might happen over here. Of course, some explosions and such things. We've got the commanders over there as well. So we're going to start off turn 4 and we'll see you in a mo. It is time for what the flip. Let's go. Go. Got a 2, you got a 1. Ooh, this is where the fun begins. Sure does. So we're here, just Anakin Skywalker. Games jump to this round. During Anakin's next activation, he can make it. 2 attack actions. Okay, that's fine. I've just got push, but that's okay. That's fine. I can survive with 1 B2 and a very wounded commander droid. That's okay. Oh dear. Right. Yeah, we're going to select units. Obviously, you selected yours. I'm going to select my 2, which is going to be droids over there. And yep, it's going to be T-Series, who's going to coordinate onto B2, and the others are just going to be shuffled up. Righty, well, as your card says, this is where the fun begins. So, what a entrance to round 4. The AT-RT walked up, kicks the Tactical Series droid right in the face with his feet and I mean, what else? And scored 2 crits and a hit straight off the back. So yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time saving this. He's got Surge to defend, but it's only white dice. He's got 1 wound left. I want to see if he survives this. And of course, as my dice goes, he does not. So that is the end of my commander. So that means I'm going to need to promote someone else to take his role. And it might be, thank you very much. Yep, it's going to be the leader of the Commandos. Seems quite fitting. So then my final unit is these B1s over here. They took a aim action. They shot over at 5's guys that jumped up onto the container over there. And look at all those white hits. That's like the most I've done in, I can't remember since when.
Since they were manufactured, I guess.
Yeah, probably. So we're going to do some savings on these guys.
So 5 cover for a whole 1.
Yes.
So 6 normal saves, gulp. So wow, that's 4 failed saves.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5's guys have run away, leaving 5's by himself to flip fries.
He's just the 1/5s.
Yeah.
Nice. I think really it's just Anakin that's left. Yes. Okay, so at the end of turn 4, we already recorded earlier, but the ATRT managed to kick the tactical droid series in the face and knocked its head clean off.
I think the head went for a conversion in rugby terms, up and over the H bar.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful work. The Commandos. They came up. They managed to scan both 5 guys and the marksman that used to be over here. There were some corpses over there, but they were sort of carried off afterwards. They shot in, didn't score any hits, but they managed to get me a little victory point over there. And then the troops, the marksman, they managed to get a suppression removed off of them and shot into the B2s that were just behind the cover over there. Managed to cause a couple of wounds on them, knocking down a B2. Then they... Was it those ones? No, it wasn't. It was the B2s that used to be over there. They got a couple of surge hits.
On Anakin.
Yeah, on Anakin. Thankfully, no deflecting. So I was lucky.
I was hoping you rolled a blank and that'll take out the last win of that B2, which would have meant Anakin was free to do a bit of jumping malarkey, but hey.
Is what it is. Thankfully, I rolled quite nicely. The Bark that was over here, he's just doing donuts in this courtyard, just hanging around this POI, and shot a couple of hits into the Commandos, which, just trying to remember, 3 hits, and didn't really do much.
No.
Just
Burnt your shields and you made the last save.
Just tanked it, really. And then 5's guys, they jumped up onto the container over there, made themselves known, and they popped a clone specialist aim and shot down to the B2s that were over there, managed to take down another B2s that were slowly whittling them down. The droidicas, they moved up, they shot into the marksman, again, that used to be kind of just over there. One of them was saved on the cover save, and then 3 saved, but only 1 went through, so that knocked out another marksman. So they've been whittled down, and then the Bark that was over there, yep. He did a bit of a large swing around over there just to kind of line up some shots into the next turn. And then the B1s, they're at the back over there, they aimed up, they shot into 5's guys and decimated a whole lot of them, just leaving 5's on alone.
Without his guys.
Without his guys, it's just 5's. And then finally, it left over with Anakin, who defeated the last B2. Hop, skipped and jumped, did some parkour, did a backflip, perfect landing. The judge gave him a 10, a 10, and a 9. And that last one was force choked to death. So yeah, he got perfect landing. So we're going to count up what we've got over here in terms of POIs. I get a point over there. So that
Blue
lifts me
player.
up a little bit. Over here, we get 2 versus 1.
So you
So that
and a wound on there.
drops down a wound onto there.
Fantastic. Over here.
You get a point for
parking
that
lot.
one. You're in the parking lot. And then
this
over here,
one goes onto there. That turns to 3. That goes kaboom. Because it's reached its threshold of 3 wounds.
yeah,
Which is 3 points.
3 points for you, sir. So, 7 to 10, 10 to 7, depending on whose side you're on.
All the time of the day.
All the time of the day, exactly. So we're going to tidy up a little bit, get ready for round 5.
Last round.
And it is the last round of the game. It is time for, what the flip? Flip it. Got 3, and we've got a 2. Ooh, you underestimate my powers. Oh, do I now? Anakin and 1 unit. And in this round, each time Anakin Skywalker attacks a unit that has a face down order token during the form pool attack step, he adds, 6 white dice to his attack pool.
Do not underestimate his power.
Oh my crap. Yeah, definitely do not. I've just got 3 units to pick, so I haven't got many to pick from, but there's Anakin's over there.
Donk.
So I'm going to do my commandos.
And donk.
You're picking 5s. I'm going to pick droid and then that grants them an aim token from Link Targeting Array. Yeah, baby. And doesn't make much of a difference. No. It's going to be you over there. Right then, let's get started. So opening up on the last phase, 5s have jumped down just to try and take out the last B2. It's got 1 wound left.
He's feeling heroic. It's down to himself. Can he make the distance? Can he take out this mindless metal cyborg of doom with his 3 dice? Let's see what happens. Oh, 2 crits.
Oh,
Can't use his surge. Maybe he might be able to have it in defense. B2's got 1 wound left.
it's got 2
can
red
we
dice
do?
coming in. Oh, no. He is down.
Victorious.
Victory. Fatality. Let's move that. And all the tokens he had. And yeah, that's him. Absolutely shredded. Shredded, I say. So, the Droidicas didn't take too kindly to 5s defeating the last B2. So, they're going to come in to attack. They've got their aim token. They're going to shoot. Could probably do a double aim token. Yep, let's do that.
Yeah,
let's
first
kind
action
of
could be an aim.
throw that
Makes sense.
down there. So, you've got 2 aims. We've got all these dice. They are suppressive. Okay, that's not too bad. So, we've got 3 hits out of 6. Let's use 1 aim token to roll that. We've got a crit.
Ooh.
Can we get a full house?
Oh, he does.
We got a full house. We've got a full house.
6 to save. 2 wounds on 5s. Is he hard as nails?
I think he's
Can
hard
he
as
do
nails.
this?
Go on.
5 saves for 5s would be epic.
5s, come on.
Oh, 4!
Oh,
We,
just came up
unfortunately,
short.
not even a surge which you could defend up. Unfortunately, that is the last of 5s, who's now should be known as 4s.
Bye-bye to 5s.
Good going, Deckers.
Absolute champion. All right then. So at this point, it's going to be Anakin's turn. He has his you underestimate my powers ability. So what is he going to be doing?
Pop and burst of speed.
Burst of speed. Oh
Gives me
my.
range, movement of speed 3.
Yep.
So movement of 3 to there. With his then movement over into these guys
Oh.
with charge.
I forget his jump. No.
Do not underestimate my power.
You clankers.
You clankers, you.
Filthy clankers.
So no order token. So that's 6 of your finest whites to add to 5 of the finest red.
Good luck with the whites. To be fair, that's a lot of crits. There's a lot of crits on the whites. Whoosh.
Yeah. That will do me.
What, 2, 4,
Wow.
6, 8. 8.
Look at the whites.
Damn, man, could have passed me just one more white
One
dice.
more whites there.
One
we
more
go.
white plank by Marshall.
Move
Right.
them out the way.
White defense dice, 8 of them coming in, and I save none.
Would have said Pierce 3.
Well, yeah, even if I did
1,
save
2,
any of
3,
them.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I got your leader left.
That leaves...
Is that Roger or Roger?
Yeah, it's Roger. Just Roger left. Oh, me, oh my. Right, yeah, so they're still in combat because there's only one. There's one, turn them around. Just brings down his goggles. And he is there.
Golpeth.
Oh, damn, absolute Golpeth indeed. Oh, jeez, man. Right, let's carry on. So, upon realising I've only got one order token left, and I've got 3 units left, and that is going to be that last B1 after that absolute massacre. So, in true style, he would run in the TV show. But no, he's not. He's gonna foolishly stand his ground. He's going to, I think it's bludgeon, and it's just 1 white dice. Come on, can we do it?
If he blanks out.
If he blags it, come on. It's a hit.
He hits.
He does hit him.
Annie.
Yep.
Hey.
Expected, absolutely expected. His other action is just going to be to crap a calculator.
Crap a calculator.
I don't know. Call
What's
his.
the odds of that? Can work it out afterwards. Oh god.
And then he's going to phone his other friend Roger to help him out there. Yeah, that's the end of turn 5. No, it's not. We got
Still got 2.
So I've got 2 guys left. So let's sort them out. We've got
Barkus, McBarkus.
Barkin.
So if I just swing around here,
Yeah, man.
he is going to do a maneuverage as is compulsory there.
Sweet.
Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, he's going to end up there instead.
Gonna back up.
So then he can do there and then spin back around to there.
Oh, damn.
And then
So
second,
that's
Barkus Malarkus is going to do a
He's gonna carry on making donuts.
partial move. Then his compulsory, or her compulsory, not too sure what's underneath the helmet. Actually, it's a clone of a guy, we do know. And then dodge, because he's still within that point there.
Here's his name, Dodge.
So that sees all activations for round 5 done.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Ah, I just realised what I should have done with the commandos over there is just ran round and blown that up. But at the time I thought, oh, I can just scan the other 2 units over there, get me 1 point where I could have got 3. And as the rhyme goes, that's on me. So that's that. So let's have a little look at what's going on the board. But during the majority of this round, so 5s charged the last of the B2 and managed to absolutely nail him off the board.
As we saw on camera.
As we saw on camera. And again, as we saw on camera, the Droidicas, they turned around, absolutely pulverized them and shot him way off the board. Then the AT-RT came up, climbed up and shot and whiffed 3 dice shots into the commandos down there.
Completely blanked out.
Yeah, exactly. The commandos then moved up, took a dodge action and scanned Anakin and the Bark, I believe, that was over there before he shunted off.
Yep.
Scoring me a victory point. And then Annie, as you saw on camera, burst of speed, jumped over, wiped everything out, and the B1s retaliated and just kind of went to bonk him on the head, and he was okay. And then the Bark came round just to clear him up, give him a lift, because Sleepy Steve had finally fallen off. He's comatose. He's on the floor way back here.
Got enticed by the glowing of the shield tokens.
Yeah, and just thought, I'm going to take a nice cozy nap over here. There's nothing going on over there. It's just a bit of a graveyard, or scrapyard, should I say.
Yeah.
So, POIs. Oh my, oh my. There was one meant to be here.
It got blown up last round.
Oh, of course it
It's
is.
got 3.
Derp.
So
So you got 1 over there.
1. That's for you.
I've got,
For 2.
yeah.
Well,
For
2 wounds at 1
2
point.
wounds. Yep.
That would make me
champion.
And that sees the 12 points.
And the game goes to the Galactic Republic. So they were able to defeat the droids. They were at this kind of outpost station on Dryskah. And now they got a little bit more intel about what the heck is going on here. The suspicions have been confirmed. There is a hidden droid factory on the moon of Dryskah. And they're going to continue to push forward and through into the outer surface of the planet to try and uncover who is behind this. And as Anakin has survived, he's going to be able to make it into future games. And there might be a special character on the Separatist side that's going to be making an appearance in the next game. It's going to be another skirmish one as well. We are currently absolutely loving the skirmish games at the minute, and it's going to all culminate in a massive battle right at the end of this little mini campaign series that we got going on. So hopefully you have all enjoyed this little bat rep that we got going on. Hope you like the new style of just doing a bit of a recap at the end and sort of filming odd little bits and pieces here and there that are sort of fun to film. And yeah, do all the usual YouTube stuff, you know, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, let us know if you enjoy this. Let us know if there were kind of any bits that you might sort of tweak to our lists or that sort of thing. Any suggestions, let us know, and we will catch you all in the next one. So, without further ado, stay safe, stay beautiful, and we'll see you all next time.